Designing a lab investigation. Quick and simple. Okay, so what do I need to design a lab? Well, first of all, I need a question. This may not always be written in the form of a question. For example, in class today, I just wanted you to determine a relationship between distance and time. So that's not a question, but it is what you're investigating. So you could rewrite it as a question if you wanted to. In this case, it would have been, what is the relationship between distance and time? Okay, you also need a list of materials. This may be things that you already have, or you may need to go search for materials sometimes. And sometimes you have materials that will make do, but aren't necessarily the best available. That's okay. And finally, you're going to have to decide on a process. You'll have to know what you're measuring. You'll have to know how you're going to measure it, and then you'll have to have some way of recording that data. Things to consider in planning that process. You'll have to have reliable data, so you'll want multiple trials. You'll have to think about the limitations of the equipment that you have. If you have a meter stick, it's going to be really hard to measure the circumference of something. So maybe you want to look at something else to measure with. What assumptions are being made? So in today's lab, if you were dropping the ball and you had the distance it dropped over the time, you only got an average speed. So with the car, we assumed that it was going roughly a constant speed. But maybe that's not true. Or maybe it's close enough. We also have to think about sources of error. In today's labs, some of the errors might have been reaction time. If you had the same person timing for every trial, the reaction time might have been consistent, but maybe not. So maybe that was one source of error. I don't want people to say human error because that's not specific enough. I think we can always come up with something that gives a real reason and something that maybe with another process we could eliminate or improve. That's all, folks.